Today, I want to talk about Manchester United and what should they do over the next few transfer windows. Now, you know that Jim Ratcliffe took over and he will make a lot of changes in the club. He will find new sporting director and he promised to invest a lot of money in order to strengthen the squad. Now, I want to talk about realistic transfers that could happen because I'm not the type of guy with some unrealistic expectations. And I want to start with the players that they need to sell. Now, the first player that I would sell would be Diego Dalot. I honestly cannot see what everybody sees in him over the last few seasons. Now, he does have a potential, but it's been a while and it doesn't seem like he is developing. And he would be the first name that I would try to sell because the people do value him and you would be able to find new team for him and get some money. Why I don't like Diego Dalot? I don't think that he can defend as well as Wan-Bissaka can, but also when it comes to attacking part of the game, I don't think that he has ability to find any of his teammates inside of the box with his crosses. He just whips it in inside with a lot of power and he just hopes that the ball will hit somebody. And that is the main reason why Højlund doesn't get any service from him directly. Now, to be fair, he can score a goal from distance, and that is one thing that he can do better than most of the fullbacks. But still, I would sell him first. Second player that I would sell would be Maguire. Now, this is not because he made some mistakes or in the past or anything like that. It's just because he would be able to find a new team. We know that West Ham was trying to sign him in the summer, and I feel that that would be easy way to get 30 to 40 mil for him, and that would be only because he wouldn't play, and I don't think that he would be happy sitting on the bench. And if United can get some money for him and if he can be happy, that would be the perfect solution for everybody. Third player that I would sell, and probably the most controversial one, would be Bruno Fernandes. Now, I I don't think that you can play with number 10 in football anymore. There are very few teams that are able to do it, and Manchester United is not one of them. Now, Bruno Fernandes doesn't seem like he can be number 8, like he can be box-to-box midfielder. And when you see the stats, you can always see that he is the main creator of the team, and in some way, he is. But I don't think that he is the type of player that can defend when the teams are defending with 11 players and they are just sitting deep waiting for you to make mistake. I never see Bruno Fernandes finding those small spaces and creating something from those positions. No, most of his chances are when you get the ball in front of his box and he just opens up some of his wingers, most likely Rashford, and if he goes and scores from that situation, that is Bruno's assist. But I don't value that in the same way that I would if he created something like De Bruyne does when the team is just trying to find some space and he does it by himself. There are a few more players Manchester United needs to sell, and first of them would be Greenwood. Now, he has a great spell at Getafe, but I don't think that people would still be ready to see him back in England in Manchester United. And there are a lot of teams that would be happy to get a player like him for a lot less than he was worth 2 seasons ago. Now, that would be a great way to get maybe around 40 million again. I don't think that Getafe will be the team that gets him because they cannot afford that. But you would still be able to find somebody to do it. Also, I'm not sure that they can sell Anthony, but if they can get maybe 40 million out of him, just because I have somebody in mind to replace him on that right wing, and I'm not sure that Anthony would be happy sitting on the bench. And if they sell him for 40 million, they would lose a lot of money. It would be something. And the third player that I would sell would be Pelistri. Now, he is a talented player, but in this Manchester United, he just cannot get enough time to develop. Now, he did have few loans over the last few seasons, but if he wants to get to the level that he wants to be at, he needs regular football, and that means he needs to find a new team, because he will never play for United. But now we can finally talk about players that I would sign. and first one would be Dumfries. He would be my replacement for Diego Dalot, and I would keep Wan-Bissaka as his backup. Now Dumfries feels like a perfect solution for Manchester United because he's big and strong, so he definitely can defend. But also, when it comes to attacking part of the game, he is an incredible player, and he showed that playing both for Inter and Netherlands. Second player that I would try to sign would be some type of box-to-box midfielder that would play as left midfielder. Now, they were in contact with Rabiot and Goretzka in the past, and I would still try to focus on one of them because both of those players have a certain quality and they would improve Manchester United quite a lot. Now, one of them would be my left midfielder, and I would keep Ericsson as backup for them. When it comes to holding midfielder, I would keep Casemiro, and Maino would be his backup, and he would develop and learn from him in the next few seasons. And as a right midfielder and a player that would replace Bruno Fernandes, I would probably try to sign Paqueta. Now, he was in contact with Manchester City in last summer, and that means that he is likely to leave West Ham because he is definitely their best player and he cannot be satisfied playing for them. If they offer him enough money, he might choose them over Manchester City, and he would be the perfect midfielder and perfect creator for this team, and Højlund would finally have somebody who he could benefit from. Now, on the right side, and the last player that I would sign in this Manchester United would be Rafinha. Rafinha was excellent playing for Leeds, and he showed that he can both score and create. But since he went to Barcelona, he's been quite unhappy because he doesn't play a lot, and this season with Lamine Yamal coming into the first team, he is playing even less. So that means that Manchester United might be able to sign him for 50 million, and that would be a great transfer, and they would finally have a right winger that proved himself playing in the Premier League. And I would maybe try to rotate him with Rashford on that right side. I would leave Garnacho on the left side and Højlund up front. Now, Rashford can be in rotation for all of these positions. He can play as a striker, he can play on the left. It's just the matter of who is in form and who should play.